if my girlfriend is treating me bad, would I want to stay? No, I will have to move on. Like I need peace of mind. Like who doesn't need like what they are doing at Chelsea? Is it nice?
Hi guys, it's Ibo Kwesi here. Please don't forget to keep watching Adro Talks Football. And one thing, don't forget to subscribe. Love.
All right, so it's God and everything football. Guys, welcome to Ajor Talks Football. My name is the King Ajor, and we are seated for your Football 360. Stuff are happening in the world of football. Amazing stuff are happening. Some two are not too good as the World Cup comes close or draws close. I have very, very amazing guests here. We have a special one here. This guy, the WOW assistant coach. Yeah, from Morocco, they eat the type of body. That's how you do wow. Wow. He's back from Kumasi, part of the family, part
like
of the...
I see say they do the wow.
Wow.
And then they beat me. Say, where was I? I said I was busy. Like I would snatch the phone from your hands.
That's quite a busy.
Yeah, it's like oh yeah, wow. Now
way.
Now me yemi day.
Now it's the chain. Anyways, welcome. How you?
I do, Charlie.
Yeah. I mean, also let me introduce Nana. Nana is our only married man amongst the community. Married to a very nice lady. Yeah, am I ever consistent guest and pundit Jesse?
Yeah, Joe.
But guys, let's talk football. Straight to the discussion. Football 360. Let's start from the injuries that happened in recent times in football. Yamal was injured yesterday. It happened. Big blow for Spain and for Barcelona. Estevao got injured with Chelsea. Ekitike is gone for 9 months. Named them Gnabry player at the World Cup. Let me start with you, Nana. This is a big blow for these players and their dream of playing at the World Cup. But do you think it will affect how they end the season or the quality we need for the semi-finals of the UCL, how they run into games in the leagues, and how we finish some domestic cup finals going into the World Cup?
All right, thank you. So I doubt it will affect the consistency with how we end the season. Mm-hmm. Because now most teams in semi-final spaces or fighting for trophies need trophies to be established. So I would say it wouldn't affect that. But moving forward, I feel the conjunction of games is really affecting players and it's catching up because coming back from last season, the season ended, I think, in May. In June, we had the Club World Cup. Right after that, we had preseason games, and then the season started. Yeah. Champions League is now expanded. We had World Cup qualifiers as well. We had AFCON as well, and then we are heading towards the end of the season. So now I feel it's not going to affect the quality that the players are going to bring onto the field, but some way somehow it will affect the quality we see at the World Cup.
You feel like?
Yes, I feel it will affect the quality we receive or we see at the World Cup because players are now going to be tired. Fabio Capello said this. I saw it last week. He said England always arrives at the World Cup tired because most of their starting lineup are starting players in their Premier League. They are tired. There's a situation where Arsenal is going to the semis of the Champions League and maybe to the final, but I doubt whether they'll get there. But so with Arsenal, we have Declan Rice, we have the right side,
Saka.
White, we have Saka, Madueke. All right, so these four players on a normal day will start for England. Now let's go to Bayern Munich. Bayern Munich has so I'm talking about the German counterparts there. We have Kimmich, we have Leon Goretzka, we have Gnabry is injured, we have Musiala. These guys will start for the German national team. We have an English contingency even in Bayern Munich. That's Harry Kane, who has played every game with 52 goals, counting willing to break the record. I say it's going to affect the quality we see at the World Cup. But at the end of the season, I see teams who want to win trophies that players want to go all in for. Because some players know that at the World Cup, their nations do not stand a chance of winning a trophy or even qualifying out of the group. So now let us give our all to the team, get rested enough, and then we move on. So I feel it will affect the quality of the World Cup, but not affect the quality at the end of the season.
Let me come to you, Jesse. People are really skeptical of going to this World Cup because of, political reasons. Do you think you're going to enjoy this World Cup, looking at the injuries that are amassing to players?
I said the World Cup is always the highest stage of football.
Sure.
There are certain players that have considered their careers incomplete because they never had the opportunity to feature in the World Cup. The greatest motivation you could get as a player is to get the opportunity to feature in the World Cup. Day in and day out, prior to every World Cup, there are issues, there are injuries, there are sometimes politics coming at play. But there's never one thing that is not guaranteed, that the World Cup is going to be a very enjoyable one, full of drama, full of excitement, full of the finesse and the panache that we always see in the World Cup. I don't think that politically is going to affect the World Cup. I believe that FIFA is competent enough to be able to do things that are going to stop the political gimmicks that are going on before the World Cup. That is going to eventually affect the flow of the World Cup. Anything political will happen prior to the World Cup, but it's not going to affect the flow of the World Cup. I don't think so.
Yamal will miss the World Cup for you. The injury seems very serious.
Yamal might miss the World Cup. It's not too sure.
So Esteban missed now. Yamal too the one miss.
Exactly, but I don't think that it affects the quality of anything. Prior to a lot of World Cup that we have had opportunity to experience, there have been quality players that miss day in and day out. It's an opportunity for another person. Aside you making a name for your country, it's a big stage for you to also impress, to get teams coming out for you. So it is the biggest motivation ever. Yamal misses, someone else has that opportunity to showcase the talent that he or she has in the World Cup.
Okay, Adante, come in for me.
Yeah. Well, with regards to injuries, I know that injuries are part of football. Of course, everybody knows injuries are part of football. Every World Cup comes, and then there are injury situations. This is not the first time big players are missing out on the World Cup. From '98, Romario missed it out big time for Brazil. 2002, I think we had players like Gerrard missing out. 2010, for instance, we had Beckham, and then the infamous situation with Kevin Prince Boateng and then Ballack missing out, made Ballack miss out on the World Cup. Ribery, name them, Robert Pires, all of them missed the World Cup.
Nothing new, basically.
So these things happen. Yeah, especially the 2022 World Cup. These things happen. So it is not today that, especially with these cluster of football matches that have piled up, it's always going to get worse. Well, but one thing I know is that World Cup comes when the season is about to end. Injury situations would be recorded, but it doesn't take away the quality of the World Cup. Other players will also step in. The political situation too. FIFA is known to be putting themselves in situations like this. 2018 World Cup was held in Russia. In Russia, we all know the human rights situation that goes on in Russia, where people's rights, it's not democratic enough. Of course, they are socialists. So you know what the situation that happens in Russia. But Russia produced one of the best World Cups ever. You know the finals.
This day.
Oh, Kylian Mbappe masterclass. That World Cup was enjoyable.
Did you guys enjoy the Russia World Cup?
Yes.
Maybe because Black Stars did not play. But I enjoyed that World Cup. We had Belgium doing it. That World Cup was nice. And then 2022 World Cup, the same thing. Qatar human rights allegations against Qatar. There were so many demonstrations that was going on against Qatar, but still they managed to host the World Cup. Even in 2014, Brazil was also facing human rights clash. Especially the Brazilians or the Brazil citizens felt it wasn't the right time for them to host the World Cup. Looking at the economic situation that the country was facing, it's like maybe you're in Ghana currently, and then Ghanaians feel like, why are we going to host AFCON when we don't have enough money to do this, to buy, provide basic amenities? That was what was going on. So when they were even hosting the Confederations Cup, they were having protests going on in Brazil at that time. But Brazil, the World Cup in 2014 was also enjoyable. So these things, every World Cup, FIFA will put their hands on. You are going to hear these. Yeah,
if they bring it to Ghana,
these things will be recorded. So, but it's up to FIFA to control this situation. And I think Trump is not making it easy for them with whatever is going on with the war with Iran. But when the World Cup starts, all these noise will go down. We will just focus on football, and then after the World Cup, they can continue.
All right, next story: Enzo Fernandez to Manchester City can happen when Maresca joins the football club. I'm starting with you as a Chelsea fan. Yes or no for you, and why? Enzo to City, or probably Madrid, or stays. The whole Enzo Buha, talk to me about it for you. Let's see if they'll agree with you too.
Me, Ataya.
Itaya who? Enzo or Itaya? City or Itaya?
Like seriously.
Itaya Enzo.
See, before we started, we were talking about Chelsea. Like I'm not interested to talk about it.
If you
Charlie. See, the Champions League they were playing, and I missed the Barca Atletico match, but the Real Madrid match, I was like, I even posted it. I was like, wait, so because of Chelsea, I've even forgotten that Champions League, like sweet matches are going on, and I had to go and watch, and I enjoyed that game. Like Chelsea can't kill my pain for my passion for football. I'm my bread, like Team Papa, like yeah, I'm out BBR every day, attire. But you know what? The Enzo situation, there are some several factors that come to play. I believe that every person or every player, you have the right to aspire for greatness. He was sold a very good project by Bluco. It is obvious.
100%.
He joined when he had even barely played 1 year in Benfica. He was interested. That is why he joined the Bluco project. I give him the respect for that. With him wanting to go to Man City, looking at the situation at Chelsea,
they are showing interest.
Come again.
They are showing interest. He doesn't want to go there.
Even if he wants to go to Man City, I don't fault him for that.
Okay.
It just has to be respectful enough. Everybody deserves a bit. Like, if my girlfriend is treating me bad, would I want to stay? No, I'll have to move on. Like
Hey, why is
I
it?
need peace of mind. Like, who doesn't need? Like, what they are doing at Chelsea isn't nice.
Hey, tell us.
Like, if your friend or if your brother or sister is at Chelsea, take the fact that it's Chelsea's prestigious out and look at how they are managing Chelsea right now.
Yeah.
It is not the best.
You flee.
You can't bring coaches, sack coaches, like do the whole thing manya like some KG2 kid doing artwork. It's so bad. So I think that if Enzo wants to go, I respect that decision. Even if any good offer comes and the money is good, they have to let the player go. My only issue with Enzo Fernandez is this. How he handled himself during the international break. Let's call a spade a spade. It was wrong.
But in that same situation, he has helped in sacking the coach.
I don't care.
Okay.
There are several players who did interviews over the international break. Cucurella did an interview. He was asked about Chelsea's project, and he said he's not happy with the way things are being handled. At least he knows that with the season that looking at coming off the back of Club World Cup victory, we should have purchased experienced players to help. At this particular point in time, you need experienced players to help. That is how Chelsea won the Champions League, but that's another conversation for another day. So you chose not to buy experienced players. You bought inexperienced, naive players, and that is why we are struggling now. He talked about the situation. They asked him, would you want to play for Barca one more time? Oh, if Barca calls me, I will come.
Madrid.
But no, that was Cucurella.
Oh, Cucurella, okay.
If I would one day want to play in Barca, but right now I have a contract with Chelsea. So I want to focus on my
Isn't that bad?
No.
How? What did Enzo do wrong?
I'm coming. Would you want to play for Barca? Yes, I would want to play for Barca one day. But right now, my concentration is on the Chelsea contract. It didn't warrant any. He spoke to the situation. Which player wouldn't tell you that? Every player tells you, oh, one day if I get a team like this, I'll play. But right now, I want to respect my contract. It ends there. He has a long-term contract he needs to respect. Enzo Fernandez. Which city would you want to play? Would you want to visit? Madrid.
Atletico de Madrid, though.
Oh, Masamu Yankano Crew.
Right over the Canada de Madrid, though.
And then Madrid. Ibusa, yeah, Madrid. Which sun do you like most? The sun in Madrid. Which food do you want most? The food in Madrid. Everything Madrid. Over 4 interviews, he had to name drop Madrid. There are 2 differences between Cucurella and Enzo Fernandez. Cucurella used just 1 interview to address a situation. Enzo Fernandez was actually calling for contract extension. That was the situation. That was the issue before they went for the international break. He wasn't addressing Chelsea problems. He was talking about what? Himself.
Okay.
And you are what? A deputy captain. He has every right to talk about whatever is going wrong with the Chelsea situation. Oh, I don't like how the team here. They promised me this. I am not happy with the situation. I hope they are able to turn this around. You are a captain. You speak to facts. But you don't go and twerk for another team. Okay. Like Real Madrid. Okay. That, oh, if I like, I would like to stay in Madrid. And do you know what pissed me off the most? He has an agent who is a former player. I call your friend Pastore, who even snapped Chelsea in the past. these players know how to
Past stories, Snapchat in the past.
Yeah.
So it's a
I
past
didn't even.
story.
I didn't, it's a past story. Look, players know how to swerve issues. They know how to be politically correct. So if you ask me, that the release that Pastore brought out was that it is unfair that Enzo is being treated this way. Why? Because Enzo Fernandez never mentioned that he wanted to play for Real Madrid. He only said he would like to stay in Madrid. Pastore's release stated that, Enzo was just talking about the City Madrid, not Real Madrid. But we all know what you are a footballer. You are not a banker. If you want to go and stay in Madrid, are you going to stay there and fish? No. You are actually going to stay there and play. So you can't tell me he wanted to just go and stay in Madrid at a very young age, and he's saying that he and his wife would want to stay in Madrid. Because they have the money to go and visit Madrid. They can go and stay there for a weekend.
Just to come, you seem to be laughing and stuff.
Allow him seek greener pastures.
Coming from you
I
just
have a problem with you seeking greener pastures, but you need to be professional about it. Don't tell lies.
I get it.
Yes, and that was
I
what he was
understand that
doing,
bit.
and that is what earned him the suspension. No player earns suspension for talking about the Bluco situation. Regents are talking about it, that he expects Chelsea to do more. He expects the management to set up and then bring better, improved players. But he just don't go because of a contract. They were negotiating contracts. The whole issue was about contract. It was never about the betterment of Chelsea.
Aquana emotional.
I don't.
Just coming from
This is me. This is a scenario of me watching television or Ajo talks football on his YouTube page ranting about Chelsea.
Yeah.
It's so nice.
It's
It's so nice. But I think Chelsea has gotten to a stage that they should look beyond player A moving here, which coach is coming in, and they should address the right problems. Bluco. Thank you very much, my brother. Bluco has become the biggest menace of Chelsea. I was telling Sedi that if a coach is supposed to succeed in a team, I look at two alignments. I call something the philosophy style acquiesce or the alignment with the project of a team. Philosophy style acquiesce, what this means is that the philosophy acquiesce. What this means is that
That's what say Aquilampo.
what this means
But
is
that's a
that
player new.
no. What this means is that
Wenger bidding.
the philosophy of the coach should be able to match up with the kind of players that he has in the team. And the second alignment is that the kind of coach should be able to complement the kind of projects that a team has in play. In this case, we are talking about Bluco.
So are we doing Bluco now?
Let's flow.
In this case, we are talking about Bluco. We are talking about a management team that comes and says, this player A, come here, I'm signing you for 7 years. Such a management, such an ownership, do you know the story it tells me? It tells me that this management is managing a team that wants to kind of engage in player or youth football development. That is not Abramovich's Chelsea. That is not the Chelsea that has been exposed to the fans. We are talking about a Chelsea that has gotten Champions League football, have won under Abramovich, has seen some sort of football glory. And then you come to them and then you tell them that I'm signing player A 7 years, 8 years. Players are scattered everywhere. So the major problem is they are running the Chelsea club like a Brighton football club. That is not supposed to be done. So if you want a player to succeed, you need to tackle the project. I've been hearing Bluco out, but Ajo, it's not that easy. We've seen some, there have been precedents to some. Let me give an example with Reading FC, Die Younger. When Die Younger was in management for Reading FC, a lot of protests in here and there. But then what you have to look at is that the business venture of it and then the sporting venture of it are different things. So what are Bluco looking out for in getting out of Chelsea? I think that it is two different things. And then they don't come together. They don't complement each other. The business venture of it and then the sporting venture of it doesn't correspond to each other. Let's talk about Oystein family. Oystein family too did the same thing. They were not corresponding to each other. And that is exactly what Bluco is trying to do. If they don't attack the project of Bluco, things are still going to remain the same in Chelsea. I think that they need to attack the transfer project of Chelsea and then also the sporting directorship of the team. That is the huge problems of Chelsea right now. For instance, if any coach comes in to decide to survive under this project, the coach is set up for failure. whatsoever coach it is. That is why serious coaches, any top coach will
Nagelsmann
accept.
is saying no to the job.
Ajo, no top coach will accept to coach Chelsea because with the kind of project he has been set up for failure.
I'm coming. Ajo, will you like to coach Chelsea?
Right now. How much they will bring?
It's not how much. I'm be honest. Would you
I
like
can't.
to
So yes, I want to now.
now in this under this management?
No.
Good.
That is it.
Yeah.
That's what he's saying.
That is what I'm saying.
That makes sense.
The project is not viable for any top coach to be able to flourish. That is what I'm
But
saying.
per reports, they want to change things. They want to, listen to the fans now.
Please.
They want. You don't believe it? You think it's pure PR?
It's pure PR and political.
But now let's end the Enzo Fernandez rumors. Man City or Madrid for you, and why?
Madrid doesn't have the money now, so Man City for me, yes, because Bernardo is leaving. So I prefer him going to Man City than Madrid because Madrid can't afford. But his preferred destination as a Spanish-speaking player will be Madrid. But now Madrid can't afford, so it's City for me because what's his name? Bernardo is leaving. I'm hearing Tijani Reinders and then Nico are also trying to leave. So Man City is trying to rebuild. So I feel if Man City has the money, then I think it will be Man City.
Since when can Madrid come buy Galacticos again? Because I know they have the money. When they want to buy a player, they go in for the player, they get the player. But fast forward, in recent times, in recent windows, they can't get a top star.
They are signing free
Euro
free
joined
players.
United and forgot about them. So what's happening?
I think that is the stringent measures associated with La Liga. I think when you want to compare La Liga, EPL, I think the financial measures of EPL are kind of lenient as compared to La Liga.
Sure.
A lot of issues with what a 1:1 rule is, wage bills, and so many other things. So I believe that Florentino Perez has the foresight. He's looking into the future so that he doesn't end up like one Barcelona. So these are some of the measures that he needs to put in place. We are talking about a team like Real Madrid that has that pull to be able to get any player that they want. So if you look at Real Madrid for the past 5 years, they see a player's contract is about to come to an end. Florentino Perez calls the player. We want you. Don't renew your contract. This is a brilliant way of getting top players to their club. As a matter of fact, players like Mbappe, Paris Saint-Germain got nothing from Real Madrid deal. That is the brilliance of Florentino Perez. To avoid the situation that Barcelona found themselves in, that is the new transfer policy that Florentino Perez has brought on board, and it's working brilliantly for Madrid.
I will talk about the Madrid situation, but I didn't finish with Bluco.
Then let me just
I want to
make a little question for you simple. When you are done with the Bluco ranting, who takes over for you as Chelsea's new head coach?
see. Jesse was talking about the transfer situation, right? See, for me, whatever they are doing, I'll give them whatever. If they have their pluses, they have their pluses. So far, the only thing that I felt it's not even working, but I feel like it makes a little bit of sense. Is the 7-year contract, the lifetime contract they've been signing with these players. See, at this particular situation where Chelsea finds themselves, if it was a 4-year contract, do you think the Enzo Fernandez like Chelsea have leverage over Enzo Fernandez? No, because you bought him for big money, over 100 million. No, I can't. So you need money. Let's look at it from the business perspective. So, situation they knew very well that starting these projects, these things might happen, and players have leverage, especially at the tail end of their contracts. They are so hard to negotiate with. Don't forget when they came in, we lost Christensen for free to Barcelona, and Rudiger for free to Real Madrid, and a host of other players also left for peanuts. If you are Bluco and you're trying to build a project, you need stability. You need a little bit of contingent. Like, okay, I can plan ahead that I have these guys with me for 7 years, 8 years. And if Madrid wants to come and lure these players, they don't have to go to the players like Jesse even talked about. They know the players are about to end their contract. Now, in this situation, Madrid have talked to Enzo, don't renew. But he's around like 4 or 5, I think he's fifth year. Yeah. By now, we would have been having that banter with Madrid. Enzo doesn't want to renew, and at the end of the season, that would have been a situation. So I applaud them for that. They need their money to like still rebuild it. So if you're Madrid and you want Enzo, I don't have a problem. Come and buy him off, not for free. The same thing applies to City.
But
so
in this case, it's a good project because it's Enzo. What about the players that are not pulling off weight for the
It
Chelsea
has
club?
their
It's
negative.
some sort of burden for me.
That's true, like
it has
Romeo
their
Lavia.
It's like
But
it's
at
like
the same
signing
time-
players without direction.
But let's not forget, this is the same blue code that has been able to sell the likes of Madueke.
Yeah.
Who
Got
are
their
not
money
proven
back,
and got
yeah,
their money
and got
back.
profit,
50
yeah.
million.
So then, yes, they've got their money back with Madueke. Even players like
You want to sell gun, they'll get their money back.
so let's call a spade a spade. They've done very good in terms of selling
players.
They've done very good sales.
Yeah.
So your net spend is actually
Yes,
on,
you
on
get
the
it.
low.
But my issue with them has to be with their transfer policy, not the contract extent, like the contract.
Bringing in players, the type of players they bring
yes,
in.
and the limits, or the length of the contract they are going to work with Chelsea. I don't have a problem. If I'm getting Yamal for 7 years, do you think I have a problem? I don't have it because Yamal, the quality. So sign quality players for long term, and that one I won't have issue. You can't go and tell me that you are bringing wine players. Be wine. I am really feeding.
Magui.
Like seriously, I forgot some of the Chelsea players.
Badiashile.
And then
Your friend is
Adara
Oluwatosi Sa.
And I to your coach, who I'm hearing Mourinho, Sky Sports has reporting that Mourinho would like to take this job back. He has his house close to Kobab still, and if you offer him a contract, he will take it. Andoni Areola wants to reject the job. He feels like he's looking at the Man City job or also and he's a backs boy.
Like
But,
no. He's looking at He's looking at what? Man
Yeah,
City.
I mean, but he has all the right to flex you guys because
Oh, yes, he
you table
has.
him a confused project.
No, because
Yeah.
I'm looking
But
at.
for me personally, I don't think we'll get Mourinho. I feel like if you get Nagelsmann, it's good. Or Xabi
Chelsea
Alonso.
should not make it.
Forget
Chelsea should not
Nagelsmann.
do any signing of a coach until maybe before the World Cup or
Yeah,
after
it has
the
to be
World
before
Cup.
the World Cup. No, not after the World Cup. That'll be bad.
I'm coming.
After the season, start talking to
Within the
people.
World Cup, like that World Cup period, we can get a coach. But right now, like they should just tone off. Like they should just stop.
That's the
all-
plan, Pep. That's
They
the
should
plan.
just stop all these because they have done this continuously. Right after sacking Tuchel, oh, we need a coach. We brought Potter. We do this every time.
Pochettino.
And you get it. Like it's
Pochettino.
like we rush through the process. They should just calm down. They've effed up. Yes. Let's hold our L. No. They should hold their L's and understand that they really.
No, Papa.
Yes, in their press release, they said that
Waba.
they are going to use this opportunity
take
as a
their
moment
time.
of reflection. And I like the fact that they said because they know that they have really effed up. Because these people, they barely accept their mistakes. They are going to use this period as a period of reflection to see get a permanent coach for the Chelsea coaching department. I like that. So they
who
should
do you
just
want
take their
personally?
time.
Who do you want?
I prefer Alonso.
Yeah.
Alonso. And Slot is going to stay.
Yes, lots. No,
And Slot
why?
is going to stay.
Oh my
Why
God.
not
You are talking about a coach.
No, why?
Liverpool fan.
Listen.
We get back. Why don't you want Slot to stay?
God. What kind of style does Arne Slot play? Do you know?
He thrives in chaos. The chaotic man.
Yeah.
I'm coming. The chaotic man. But
2x4 coaching.
no, look, I'm being honest. Like I'm too emotional about Liverpool now
Hey.
because sometimes you're like he's passive. Like he's passive. Sometimes he wants to go attack teams, but he doesn't have the kind of players to. You see him. You see the kind of players that are pressing, and then the others don't want to follow. I think the man has lost the dressing room from the Salah situation to Andy Robertson also coming out saying he's leaving the club to what's the name? Curtis Jones is even. They want to sell Curtis Jones.
Don't you feel? But Jones has to leave. He's
Jones
earning
leave
peanut.
No,
Peanut at Liverpool.
no.
Peanut.
Listen.
God.
No,
Almost a match side.
and you see in PTL because there was a structure at Liverpool where they didn't exceed a certain pay limit until Salah broke that record.
Yeah.
Salah went to 350, now 450. Virgil is at 400. Now they want to push
Let those
all
people
these.
go.
That's why Konate's contract situation has prolonged. I think now he's going to say, look, let's not digress. And the slot for Liverpool is not.
Nana, don't you think without Salah, he can do his job very well? No, honest question.
No, it's not Salah.
The problem has
Look,
never been
the
Salah.
problem has never been Salah. The problem has been Arne Slot. Because how can you tell me you are signing a British record fee player for 150 million, but you're signing him on the last day? This player comes in injured. This player comes in, you are trying to fit him into a system, but you have a certain player who you are too, what's the right word? Chelsea Ubuna Kodigapo too loyal to on Kodigapo on the left side. Always cutting in. You find Alexander Isak making important runs, but this player is never picked up. You see, sometimes in games, Alexander Isak can have less than 15 touches. Where is this coming from? But when you play Ekitike, Ekitike has more touches because Ekitike played preseason with these guys. These guys know where Ekitike is supposed to be. They know when Ekitike is coming in and going out. Alexander Isak never had that chance. I'm saying here again that Arne Slot should have left in November, right after the PSV game. He should have left in November. And right after that, we went on to lose like 6-7 games. And look at me, DSTV, you know, no,
Ajo, this Anslot matter. I watched a match of Anslot and I think he was a laughing stock to me.
Honestly speaking.
How many coaches would you see set up this way? Get about 6 players in their penalty box. Ryan Gravenberch right in front of the 6 players. And then the rest of the 3 players going up in attack. So whenever they get the ball in attack, they just have 3 players
They
in
just
attack.
have 3.
How do you attack anybody if you are doing that? And then, Ajo, what funnies me is that this trend has continued over and over and over and over again. And then he seems not to see it. It looks like he's some sort of Dutch loyalist, only loyal to Kodigapo. And I question myself, where's the like of Federico Chiesa?
Where is Rio
No
Ngomoa?
serious teams board.
Now he's playing Gomoa.
No serious teams
Now,
board.
we needed Ngomoa from the first half of the season because look,
And I'm telling you, my hand.
listen,
Solid 8 over 10.
and Slot has used outfield players, like 15 outfield players, and are now they are very tired. He has outrun them, but you still find him using such players. We had a situation where the right back situation, Joe Gomez was injured. We had Frimpong injured, and then we had Conor Bradley injured. We have a lad in Calvin Ramsey. The guy is very good. Yeah, when he came, he had his injury problems. The guy has picked up. The guy is very good. But you find Arne Slot playing Curtis Jones there. You find him playing Dominic Soboslai there. Whilst we have deficiency in the midfield. And you call this a coach where I should support.
Interesting.
Oh, brother, what are you telling me?
Anyways.
He's the same coach who was fighting against that teams are playing 5 back. But you went to face PSG and you're playing 5 back. Is it
Like,
You have to get Xabi Alonso. Like that's the
Alonso is the guy.
That's the
When I heard Slot is staying, Charlie, but Alonso on my Chelsea, that one they should forget it.
Yeah, I think he's
Alonso on my
Chelsea. Every coach go say no.
Oh, yeah.
Let's come and take me. Me too. I go there now. Gun. No, first blow.
They
no
called for it.
serious top coach who has pedigree in football
They've called
We'll
for it.
take
will
this Chelsea
accept
job.
this Chelsea job under this project.
Oh,
Now-
I'm happy.
So let me lay. Do you know what they are doing right now?
I'm happy.
They will contact
You should just-
Jorge Mendes again. He is close to a lot of top coaches.
Ajo, what's the track record of Jorge Mendes in
Let
Chelsea?
me even land. He will do the intermediary job for them. And this is what will happen. When he starts talking to coaches for Chelsea, he suggests players to the club. And he has watched his players before. Neto. Who again?
Joao Felix.
Joao Felix. And they will finally take the players. So we'll get one good thing and 3 bad funny stuff.
Right.
Now,
So
there is this-
for a coach, I'm sure ideally with time,
Jorge Mendes.
we will get someone.
There's this
You broker a
insect.
deal for them.
There's this insert, like before it moves, it
Yeah,
goes
wrapping
like,
up, yeah.
it goes like this. That like there's that insert. I've forgotten.
oh.
It goes like it's like it wants to go, then it comes back. It wants to go. There's that insert. That's how Neto plays. Oh yes, that's how that guy plays. Like, cross, cross, that's what he does.
But I think Neto is
in the
better
Brighton
than-
game, man.
He's better than Ghana.
There was a part this guy, Rosemary told him that take him on, take him on. He didn't take him on. He passed the ball.
Pass the ball back.
Hey, Charlie.
But
Anyway,
feel-
but you a scout. Yeah, I do coach for Chelsea.
Ajo, we shouldn't be talking about coaches as of now.
Okay.
But just give us one name.
If you're a sporting director, who are you bringing? Take more for me. What's this one like?
This is hard, but I'll go for Andoni Areola because
Perfect.
Personality. I like
Perfect.
him.
And yet,
Perfect.
Oh, he lacks.
Perfect.
Ajo,
Andoni
Ajo,
and
the
Marco Silva, they all lack.
Ajo, the kind of coach you
Yeah,
are
put me
looking
down.
for,
I can't recruit.
the kind of coach you are looking for in this Chelsea setup, you are talking about personality. It will be very hard to get that one.
Good.
The biggest deficiency of Chelsea currently under Liam Rosinia and Ivan Maresca is distance covered. the players are not running for the coaches.
The outrun.
Andoni Raiola is that one that is going to get the coaches to run, the players to run. So he solves a big gap.
I don't have a problem with distance cover, or running. No.
Can he solve the Chelsea defense?
See, Chelsea issue is not about running. No.
It's defending.
We at a point we are actually having SG, and SG. Where I think we're high. We're either second or behind Man City in terms of expected goals. But why is it that when it comes to goals, we are in the lower division?
Because they are signing players like Delap,
exactly.
Magui.
We create if we can't run, I don't have a problem. Yes, we are, even though we can't run, we are still having a lot of possession in all those games, and we are creating chances. Why? Why can't you take them? Because these people, these bums, decided to bring players like Delap,
Garnacho,
insert who goes forward and back.
Neto.
You get it? These are the kind of players in our attack. So at the end of the day, all the chances will be created, but nobody's going to take advantage of these chances. You have, our friend say, Stewart, the sporting directors. Look at these sporting directors that we have. They decided to use their own links to recruit players. Then that is never done in sporting direction. We have this guy Tosin from Man City Academy. Because Joe Shield is from Man City. Kopama, no problem, win over there because Joe Shield is from Man City Academy, same as Kopama. Romeo Lavia, the same situation. Who else? Dilap from Man City Academy.
Sanchez, Brighton,
because Winston Caicedo.
Let's wrap up. We'll sit again and talk about Madrid, Barca, and also United. But guys, I mean, you have it all. A wonderful conversation on Ajo Talks Football. Please do want to subscribe. We'll see you. God bless you.
Hi guys, it's Ibo Kwesi here. Please don't forget to keep watching Ajo Talks Football. And one thing, don't forget to subscribe. Love.